Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. It's Rad from Radko Tarot, and in this whole video we're going to look into Sagittarius Sun, Sagittarius Moon, and as well Sagittarius Rising. A weekly general tarot reading September 6th up until September 12th, 2021. And should you find yourself, guys, interested in a personal reading with me, or if you do want to take my tarot classes, checking out the description down below is going to give you a link to my website where you can view and purchase either or both of these services. And if you do enjoy the content here on the channel, consider leaving a like, subscribing, and hitting the notification bell. That not just only going to help with the YouTube algorithm, but also is gonna keep you up to date with our weekly upload so you don't miss any of it, as well as the live streams happening here on the channel. So with that being said, let's move to the Sagittarius reading. And this week I decided to do something more practical for a general reading for a star sign. And the first thing that we're going to look into for you Sagittarius, that is going to be your career. So the first card in terms of your career, guys, that is going to be the Knight of Cups, followed by the Sun card, and the next one here, that will be the 10 of Cups. It's a pretty interesting combo that we do have for you Sagittarius. So we do have these three cards, and first and foremost, it does look like that all of the cards are really great, but actually what happens here in between these two, they do form, I mean the Knight of Cups and the Sun card, they do form a passive enemies, okay, which pretty much suggests that either throughout this week, either somebody is gonna work against you in a sense of that their job is gonna undermine your job, or you will do that. What I mean is that you doing your work will pretty much undermine or get on the way of someone else's work. So with that being said, you can expect certain conflicts out there to arise, which are gonna put you in a rather, I don't know, maybe unfavorable position, not unfavorable, but how can I say, uncomfortable, so to speak, a situation with a colleague of yours, maybe as well your supervisor, and so on and so forth. Now, another thing that this elemental dignity brings to you, Sagittarius, is saying that, I don't know how to say it, so I'll try to say it that way. The easy way through is not gonna bring the dreams for your career coming true, meaning that this week you truly need to take on challenges and try to develop aspects into your career that you are significantly lacking at, that you are most falling behind with. So you can kind of like catch up on these fields, on these concepts, or those fronts, so to speak, in terms of your career, and then you can become, how can I say, you can make your career a one whole. Aside from that, guys, throughout the week itself, career-wise, it seems that I don't know how good progress you will be able to make here, but all of your actions are to be rewarded with certain results. However, inactions also are going to be rewarded with no results whatsoever. So what I am saying that, I'm saying it because if you are waiting something to come about, like for example, you are waiting for certain circumstances to come around so you can do something, that ain't happening, at least not this week. You have to make your own circumstances, okay? If you are waiting for a project to come about, probably that's not going to happen. You have to go and get the project. If you are waiting a job to find you, that ain't happening. You gotta go out and find the job for yourself. But these cards are very good for those who are looking for work, especially people who are quite desperate of finding a job, because the other elemental dignity that we do have with these cards, which is in between the Knight of Cups and the 10 of Cups, it does speaks, guys, that the line of concern, which in this particular case it's career, either all of a suddenly or slowly progressively it is going to stop being a concern, meaning that you are about to find a valuable option for you to start a job. Because of the other elements of dignity, which is the Knights of Cups and the Sun card, it kind of looks, or the job at least at the start is going to look underwhelming. Okay, so the guidance here of the cards, it is just to lean or kind of like attach yourself to a job that has a prospect. Okay, you may start from the very rock bottom of it, but it has a prospect for you to climb up, because as the card says, your actions are to be rewarded, and here is time for you to put your actions into, or rather like your performance and your capabilities into play. And last guidance here in terms of work, guys, it is that if you do have a dream about your career, it's a very good week to chase that dream. But under chasing it, I mean truly working for it. Just a single hopeful thought that things are going to happen on their own accord is not going to make that happen, right? So the next thing that we're going to look into for you, Sagittarius, is going to be your finances. The first card, that will be the Four of Wands, accompanied here with the Eight of Pentacles, and the third card in terms of finances, that is to be the Queen of Wands. Okay, so we do have these three cards, and what can I say? Those three cards are showing a exceptional maneuvers in terms of money. Okay, so whatever expenses you will need to face throughout this particular week, regardless of how overwhelming those expenses may look like, you will be able to face those expenses with a subtleties. Now, what concerning here is in these cards, it is that element of dignity that we do have in between these two cards, which are the Four of Wands and the Eight of Pentacles. These are active neutrals, and it speaks that you may not going to be able to truly finalize a how can I say, a resource gathering for a certain execution of particular plan. Okay, for example, if you are trying to get a mortgage or to get a loan, that may not exactly happen this week. Okay, the bank may stall you for a good week or two more before they actually allow you that to happen. Now, aside from that, money wise, the week should not be tumultuous for you, Sagittarius. It seems, like I said, that you will have a very good distribution in terms of money. And should you be planning, by the way, guys, to inject a certain financial resources into your lifestyle, like for example bettering your wardrobe, or for example, you know, buying a better makeup, or for example just spending money in order to feel better, like for partying, I don't know, maybe holidays and so on and so forth, it's a really good week for you to do so, and it will feel that those money have been well spent, even if at the end there is no real results. What I mean, there is no tangible results out there, but the experience you're going to have from the expenditures is going to be something uplifting. And the last thing that we're going to look into for you, Sagittarius, that is going to be your love and romance. And the first card we do have, that is going to be the Three of Swords. The second one, that is going to be the Page of Swords, and the last one for you guys, that will be the Emperor. Okay, so those three cards. And love-wise, this is not going to be really a great week, so to speak, especially if you're hoping that week to make some kind of like emotional attachments. It's pretty clear from the cards here that there is going to be some major conflicts, okay, in between these two, which are active supporters. And the worse that these two cards are making those conflicts be, it's unnecessary, to say the least. A conflict that just simply doesn't make any sense. Now, having the Emperor here on the other side, which makes a active friends type of elements of dignity, it kind of suggests what those conflicts could be about. And they very likely may be about reliability. It is just you are to be addressed, you are to address, or you are to be addressed with how reliable you are, all right? How much you care for certain interaction, how much you care for certain relationship, and that most likely is going to be provoked by a certain remnants or a reminiscence, I don't know how to say it in English, from the past. It is just you do something or your partner does something that very much evokes a memories from previous relationships. That was the turning point where things went sour, and you or your partner may start questioning, you know, the reliability and in generally the stability of the relationship, of the marriage, and so on and so forth. And an open confrontations are to take place. Now, the problem with those confrontations, according to these cards at least, it is that it's just there won't be any common ground whatsoever. That is because we do have the Page of Swords there, and it does speak that you are going to see the situation one way. The person that you are confronted with, they're going to see the situation their way. It's just, it points that you both are going to have a unique view over the situation, and none of you will be able to convince the other that, you know, they are thinking the wrong way or you're thinking the wrong way. It's just, it's very unlikely a common ground to be found. And the last thing here is that some kind of a painful truth may come about, but it's not going to be true. Okay, it's going to be fallacy. So if, for example, you are to be suggested or kind of like whispered, let's say, that your wife or your husband is cheating on you, don't outburst straight away. Make sure you do make your research over it. You do have a beyond reasonable doubt proves that that's the case, because the other side of that elemental dignity here, it is that a fallacies may very well be presented to you as a truths, and you should not fall into that particular trap. For those who are looking for love throughout this week, guys, I would suggest you to slow down the pace and try to what I mean here is that if you are not healed from a past wounds, from heartaches, don't jump into a new commitments throughout the week, because that is only going to cause those confrontations that I just talked about. So with that being said, guys, this was your weekly general tarot reading, Sagittarius, September 6th up until September 12th, 2021. Hopefully you do enjoy it and you do like it, and we are to see each other next time. Until then, bye.